Welcome, everybody. Welcome. We are in back in the house, Speedys Multiverse, of course, with the executive producer of the upcoming Dreamwalker project, Mr. Mikey Sutton, also CEO, chief editor of GeekosityMag.com. How you doing, sir?
We're so used to this technology,
Mm-hmm.
Speedy, that I was just thinking like 30 years ago, the fact that I could broadcast from Seattle to somebody in Florida
Yeah,
just seems like sci-fi, right?
yeah,
But now
yeah.
it's like we just take it for granted nowadays, right?
Yeah, man. I remember, like having like my own line in my house in my bedroom.
Oh
And I was
God, a
like,
big
I
deal.
thought I thought it was that was a big deal. Like I literally had, and all it was the same phone number. All it does is it rang differently for me when they called my number. That's all it did. And I thought, man, this is amazing technology. Wow. And look at all the things that we could do now. You know what I mean? It's just like,
It's
it's
crazy.
amazing. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
remember when I first got the internet in my room, man. Like,
Yeah.
so,
Yeah. The dial up.
a
The dial
dial-up.
up. I remember the AOL dial up. I was just like amazed, like, wow, look what I could do now. I can go to these forums and talk crap.
It's like I had what was that free internet called? There's a name for it. I can't remember what it was called.
Gosh,
It
there
had,
was one, right?
yeah, there was a very popular one. And that's what I had back in '98. I just had free internet. Free net. I think it was free net or something like that.
Freenet or something like that. There
Something
was a
like
bunch of
that.
them. I had so many kinds of different dial up services. It was amazing, and they were all trash, man.
They're all
Nah.
trash. And you couldn't use your phone, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And what I thought was hilarious, you'd be online and
Hmm.
somebody's trying to call you, right? And it would
Yeah,
interrupt your internet because,
it was.
somebody's trying to get through your line. Oh my God.
It was amazing. It was amazing.
Yeah.
What amazing
Technology is
times are
doing
there?
so much, man.
Yeah, yeah. Shout out to Lewis. Sox Bulletins is
Face off.
in
How you
here.
doing?
Yeah. Yeah, shout out to you guys. Thank you so much for joining us. Here in Speedy's Multiverse, we talk scoops, ladies and gentlemen. So if you're
Yeah.
easily offended by spoilers, this is probably not the show for you, okay? All right, because we go deep, and these spoilers probably don't happen for years. They can happen
Yeah.
next week, and they can happen, in years' time, or multiple years, or a decade even. But it eventually will happen. So if that's not the kind of spoilers you like in your life, by all means, we do another show here, Geek Culture Congress, which is we try to do it on Mondays. That we talk everything geekdom that's happening now, and try to keep it less spoiler free. But here on the show, we talk all spoilers, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, scoops. With the master scooper himself, Mikey Sutton. What are we getting into today, ladies and gentlemen? Everyone's favorite topic in nerdom right now. Star Wars Celebration caused pandemonium
Oh yeah,
worldwide.
yeah.
And of course, we just had the latest episode of The Mandalorian season 3. I forget what episode it is. I think it's 25, 28. I don't remember right now. But we finally kicked up steam in The Mandalorian this last episode. We finally kicked it into high gear. And Mikey, you tell me you got some juicy stuff for that's
Yeah.
happening with The Mandalorian. What's up?
Well, I have a Mandalorian menu, but really it's everything Star Wars. I just think it fits under this umbrella.
Okay, okay.
Um, that Ahsoka trailer looks amazing. I mean, I cannot wait for that. I'm a big fan of Rebels. That's my favorite of all the Star Wars animated projects.
Yeah.
I haven't seen all of them. I only saw some of Clone Wars. I know people have been recommending that to me. Um, but Rebels is my jam. And Ahsoka, well, talking about scoops,
Yeah.
big scoop confirmed.
Oh,
Um, actually, a couple of scoops confirmed, and Sour Celebration. I just want to discuss those right now with all
yeah,
of
yeah,
you.
yeah, yeah. Let's talk
Um,
about it. Of course,
yeah.
we got to talk about the receipts, Mikey, so, and all the time.
Oh, what time do you see exactly?
Yeah, yeah.
Um, First of all, Heir to the Empire, which I scooped back in 2020. You can Google it, Heir to the Empire, Mikey Sutton. You'll find a dozen or so of my reports. Going back to 2020, I believe, is when I first. Well, first of all, I scooped Thrawn coming. That was my scoop, and that's long before, a year and a half before the Mandalorian name drop of Thrawn. And at the time, Speedy, people
Mm-hmm.
told me, "Oh, the Kathleen Kennedy would never allow that because
Right.
it's a expanded universe and so on and so forth."
Mm-hmm.
And no, no, they're gonna do it. And sure enough,
That's right. We're getting the hair of the empire. We're
yeah,
getting it.
we're getting it. And there's no subtlety in that trailer, man.
No.
She actually said "Heir to the Empire" flat out, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
All we needed was the character like in the front of
yeah.
the novel with the lightning shooting out the fingers. That's it. That's all we needed.
Hey,
What was
there's
the
not
name of
even-
that character? It was like some clone, right?
yeah, it was some cool, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And another thing too is this: Sabine Wren was in that trailer as well. That was my scoop. I said Sabine Wren was coming live action. Uh, Interesting part about that scoop
Mm-hmm.
is that I wasn't a public scooper yet when
Right.
I dropped Sabine Wren. I think that
You were
was
still doing it
20.
as the like on through TiVo's channel over there in
Yeah,
Lower
yeah,
Long Box stuff like
yeah,
that.
exactly. As the Black Knight, and
Yes.
so we're gonna get Sabine Wren, which I think I scooped that in 2016. I could be wrong. It was way, way back when. Um, but so Sabine Wren's coming. But the big one is Dave Filoni's movie,
Yeah.
which I scooped back in 2020 as well. I said The Mandalorian will cross over into a film, which is actually it's Heir to the Empire. That's exactly what that.
Mm-hmm. And you
They,
talked all about this. I mean, you have multiple
yeah.
articles on geekositymag.com right now where you have been scooping on everything that was announced
Yeah.
in Star Wars Celebration. Mikey Son already talked about it. That's why I'm kind of not shocked about it. I was like, I kind of knew it was happening already. I mean, it was kind of obvious at this point.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean,
Yeah, at some point it becomes obvious, you know. At that time though, it was really like, yeah, sure, whatever, you know.
mhm.
Kathleen Kennedy was like let the past die and everything,
Yeah.
um, and like there was a lot of controversy. There's always controversy with Kathleen Kennedy anyway.
That's true.
Um, but her saying that, well, we don't have all the books to take stories from, and the fans really shellacked her for that one, you know, which is um she deserved it actually because you know there are tons of books out there that they can draw from, just like Marvel Comics
Mm-hmm.
draws from their comic books.
Absolutely, man. There's so much. The Dark Horse stuff. I mean, they own it all. Yeah, they could pull for anything they want
Yeah.
and change it and do whatever they want to it. Yeah.
So I don't understand
Mhm.
like a lot of the hatred towards Mandalorian this season. I actually like this season a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I agree with you. I like it.
yeah, yeah.
I see that I do have the criticism that definitely what took so long to get the last episode that we finally
Yeah.
got. You know what I mean? But I get the story building.
Yeah, yeah.
It is what it is. It's a show format. It's not a movie
Yeah.
format. So
Exactly. And so I watched that episode that everybody seems to hate, and my expectations were pretty low. The one with Jack Black and Lizzo. And I watched them like, okay, what is? I was expecting Jar Jar Binks bad, dude. I was thinking something really horrible.
okay.
Jack Black is only there for about 6 minutes. I mean,
Oh yeah. It wasn't bad. It was fun. It was
it
a
was a
fun
fun
episode.
episode, you
It
know.
was kind of like a Scooby Doo episode, but take it for what it is.
Yeah. Christopher Lloyd was cool.
Yeah.
I love the Blade Runner tribute where they're chasing after that straight out of Blade Runner, the total homage to Blade Runner. I thought it was pretty well done. I think Bryce Dallas Howard, Ron Howard's daughter, is a great director.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I mean, my expectations were so low. I was like, okay. I mean, this is a decent episode. It's not
Yeah.
spectacular, but
Right.
it's decent, you know.
Yeah.
But seriously, dude, I was expecting Jar Jar bad. Like, I gave him a cringe.
Nah, I know they had 2 episodes left. I was like, oh, they got to step on the gas now. If
They're gonna
not,
tip on the gas, and then
if
I
not,
heard the
if
last
not, they're
one,
really gonna
yeah.
crash the whole plane. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess they realized, okay, we need to like do what we're gonna do.
There is something about these Imperial droids. It's a reprogramming of once was part of the Empire,
Mm-hmm.
and I strongly believe that there's an ongoing theme that we're seeing here that's going to play out in the movies.
Mm-hmm.
I think Thrawn is going to use a lot of the of a lot of the old Empire and reprogram again for
Mm-hmm.
himself
Mm-hmm.
to build a new empire. That's what I think is going to happen. That he's going to build a new empire. And what I was told, Speedy, that
Yeah.
Mara Jade is coming.
Oh man, it's
So,
gonna
oh, is that a
happen.
bomb? That's a bomb. She's
That's a
gonna.
bomb. We gotta drop it on him. Yeah. And I believe you've talked about this before
I
multiple
did.
times.
I did
Yeah.
a couple of times. Yeah.
Yeah. Anybody who doesn't know, Mara Jade, of course, in the actual novels, she was introduced in The Heir to the Empire as a love interest for Luke Skywalker.
Yeah.
It's apparently it's gonna happen.
Yeah. I'm hearing it more and more. Now it's being tied into the Heir to the Empire movie that Dave Filoni is directing. I am told that she is going to appear in that film, and obviously they're going to tweak things. I mean, I don't know
Yeah,
how
you know.
much of her roots they're going to keep. The whole Luke Skywalker love angle. I'm not
Unfortunately,
sure.
we know the end of Luke Skywalker. You know,
Yeah, I
I kind
know.
of wish we didn't, but we do.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
ends very um grumpy and alone, which is sad.
That was
But
just a bad
yeah,
ending, man.
yeah.
It's just,
But so I guess eventually we have to get to that, you know, to why that happened. So I'm happy for this announcement, but I'm also
yeah.
sad for this announcement because we know the ending and we know what it's gonna have to build to, you know.
In a way, though, that Mandalorian appearance he had
Mm.
almost like redeemed, you know,
Oh yeah, no,
uh,
definitely.
because we actually saw him in action, which we wanted to see,
Mm-hmm.
but we never got,
That's right.
Um, now, what I was told, and so this oh, there's a bomb coming.
Oh man, you got me off the bomb switch here. Here you go. There you go. Let him have it, Mikey. Bomb two. You're right. So this is Mike. I don't know if Mikey muted himself by accident. I don't know. But we not hear you, Mikey. When you come back, I want to
Yeah,
remind.
okay, I'm
Oh,
back.
there you go. Okay.
Yeah. So, have we seen the last of Mark Hamill? No, we have not.
Haha.
So I was told that he will return as a Force ghost in the Rey Skywalker movie.
Okay. I like that.
So they'll get another chance at Luke Skywalker. I mean, the Force ghost now, but maybe again they're trying to redeem what happened
Yeah.
in the sequels. Um, so I was talking about this with some friends of mine, and I said, "Look, they're not going to erase the sequels. Unfortunately, they're not. I mean, it's just canon. Those films made $1 billion each at least. They're not going to go back and redo them,
No.
especially now that Carrie Fisher's gone.
Yeah, it's
You
gonna
know
be
what I
very
mean?
difficult, and I don't think her daughter quite has the same look either. So it's gonna
Yeah,
be difficult to
exactly.
deep fake. I'm sure they could just deep fake her if you
Uh,
wanted to,
yeah.
but I don't know. Tough to
No,
do.
what they're going to do is they're going to try and redeem those sequels somehow.
Hmm.
In the same way like that Feige did Spider-Man No Way Home, and I think he redeemed the Andrew Garfield movies with that film.
Okay.
Look how cool he made Electro in there.
Yeah.
And I think that's what they're going to do, is that with Filoni in charge of actually Filoni's not doing the Skywalker film. What I'm trying to say is without J.J. Abrams there now,
Right.
they can get a more structured trilogy and make Rey a better character. In the same way they made Jimmy Fox's Electro character much better in No
Yeah.
Way Home.
And those characters were not bad. I mean, The Force
Yeah,
Awakens is a great movie. Although, yeah, sure, they robbed us a lot of the same,
yeah,
you know, strings of the original trilogy.
yeah,
Sure,
yeah.
but I mean, everyone was hype after The Force
They
Awakens.
were, they
Yeah.
were.
And
The
then
Last
then we got The
Jedi.
Last Jedi. The Last Jedi is an acquired taste. I'll just say that. I don't dislike The Last Jedi, by the way. I do like the choice, some of the choices they did.
Yeah, yeah.
But of course, I don't like I definitely agree that Luke was a poor choice of his demise or whatnot.
It was, and Force Awakens is, it's just the best of the three.
Yeah,
Um, if they had Luke, Han, and Leia together at least one time in that film,
hmm
I think it'd been much even better received because we were robbed of
yeah.
that.
And the Rise of Skywalker was just like,
Oh
let's try and
God.
fix this all in an hour and 45 minutes. You know what I mean? That's what I felt like the movie was. And,
Oh,
I got a disclaimer for you guys. So I went to go see the Rise of Skywalker in 4DX. Do you know
oh
what
wow.
4DX theater is, Mikey?
Yeah, that's when
Yeah,
the
so like the rain falls on you, the wind, the
exactly. Yep.
sand blow on you, and all that stuff. So when I walked out of that movie, I was like, "Oh my god, this movie's so great!" That's because I watched it in 4DX. So I was literally in Star Wars, guys.
You
Okay,
know, I don't
so
think the first time I heard about 4DX is like
yeah.
they had in the Philippines.
Okay, they did.
Yeah. You're like,
Yeah.
what the hell is 4DX?
Like that whole battle, like on top of the Death Star ruins when it was raining, like we were all wet.
Are you
I know what we
serious?
did. Yeah,
Oh my
yeah, because
god.
I guess the water thing didn't work, so we were all like wet. But it was great because I didn't care. We were watching Star Wars, you know.
It's
And
like you're in the movie, you
yeah,
know what
yeah,
I
yeah,
mean? It's like
yeah.
immersive, you
Yeah,
know?
and I walked out of that movie and I was like, yeah, man, Rise of Skywalker, man, they did a good job. And it wasn't perfect, but whatever. And then I was like, I sat down the other day and I was like, I want to watch Rise of Skywalker again. And I sat down and I watched it and I was like, oh man, what was I thinking? Like 4DX really bamboozled me, man. Like here, like feeling the lightsabers swing by your face,
No,
like a
that's badass. Okay, I mean
yeah.
that's takes it to a whole new level.
Yeah, that
Uh,
4DX thing that makes these bad movies a lot better, man. I'll tell you that.
I don't think they have those here yet. I mean,
No, it's not all over the place.
uh,
I had to go to Orlando to do that. So
so that's how you do it.
Orlando's about an hour and a half away from Tampa, where I'm at right
Oh
now. So
man,
yeah.
because in the Philippines it's really common. There's like so many
Oh,
theaters. That's why I first heard like, what is 4DX? And my
mm.
friends are going crazy. Like,
Yeah. There's not a lot of them. There's not a lot of theaters like that,
can you imagine?
unfortunately.
No wonder the MCU does so well over there. You're gonna see the 4DX. I mean, oh
Yeah.
yeah, you're gonna
Yeah.
watch it over and over again. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Oh man, I'm telling you, Rise of Skywalker and 4DX was amazing, amazing. But man, that movie, as a sit down and watch it now, that's a tough watch, man. It's a tough
No,
watch.
I'm not gonna watch it again.
Yeah.
I did see The Force Awakens more than once, um, but The Last Jedi, no, only saw that once. But I'm happy about Star Wars overall, man. I think Ahsoka looks great. The Acolyte, I said the plot synopsis sounds really
Oh
cool.
yeah, I'm excited for all these shows. To be
Yeah.
honest with you, even the ones that the ones I wasn't excited about. Like even I wasn't very excited about um Andor. You know.
Yeah, that was really good. That
Yeah,
was one
it
of the
turned out
best.
to be very good. You know. So I'm cautiously optimistic about the future of
And,
Star Wars. And
yeah,
the last episode of Mandalorian definitely good stuff. We won't spoil it too much for you guys. We haven't watched it
yeah,
yet. Yeah.
yeah. Another bomb for you here.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Let's drop them bombs on them right now. Give it to us, sir.
Yeah, so Amelia Clark is returning.
Oh
Um,
man.
yeah, she'll be in the Filoni
Ooh.
Star Wars movie. So how they're gonna fit that in there, we'll see. But yeah, she's coming.
Oh yeah. I
Uh,
don't, she has a very good like there's like a comic book arc where she literally like fights against the Emperor and Darth Vader. Like
nice,
yeah, that she's like
awesome.
escaping from them and stuff like that. Like she set up like traps for them. They're trying to like destroy her whole criminal syndicate and stuff like that. Like there's like a whole comic book arc with her character in it. And after I saw like a tease of that online, and I was like, oh man, I hope that doesn't mean they never bring her back. You know, because
Oh, she's coming
yeah,
back. Yeah.
yeah, oh man, that's awesome.
Yeah, Amelia Clark's becoming like the queen of sci-fi lately. I mean, if you get think of
Yeah.
she's in Secret Invasion. She
Mm-hmm.
plays Skrull.
Mm-hmm.
And and she's coming back as Star Wars. I'm also hearing that Donald Glover's gonna come back as Lando Calrissian.
Oh, I hope
Um,
so.
and remember the Lando show was my scoop from years ago, and they all said
Yeah.
that they stopped talking about it for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm. I think he probably was like, you know what, I don't want to come back if it's gonna be trash or it's gonna
yeah,
be rushed.
but he's coming back. But Kathleen Kennedy's not gonna be around very much longer. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
what I was told is she's gone after Indy 5, and she basically started her career with Raiders of the Lost Ark. She was like a production assistant or something like that.
Right.
Early in her career. So Indy 5 would be a great place to depart. I think for a lot of fans. Not sure if you noticed, man, but the media usually protected her. Not anymore.
Oh wow. Yeah, it's been
Yeah.
they've been going in.
Been
Yeah.
going in, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, time is not for very much longer here.
It's
So,
probably good idea for
yeah.
everyone involved, all parties involved. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, Sox Clark is playing the same character she did in Solo.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Very good. Very good.
I remember her name was like Kira or something.
Yeah,
like that?
Kira. Yep. Mm-hmm. And she became the new leader of the Crimson. I forget which was the organization.
Yeah.
Led by Darth Maul. Of course, you know what happens to Darth Maul in the animated version of
Yeah.
Rebels.
Rebels. That was that was a great episode. Too.
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
Oh
I
yeah.
just love
Yeah.
that stuff.
Is Clark gonna be Mara Jade? I don't know.
No,
That would be
she'll
kind of awkward, wouldn't it?
Yeah, no, she'll be the Kim character. No, I heard it. Karen Gillian. What was the one that they wanted? Remember? Not sure if she still will be.
Mm.
Because I don't think Nebula's gonna survive Guardians 3.
Ah, I see.
Spoiler.
Spoilers. A different universe spoiler.
Yeah, there you go.
And then that's it. We're done with Star Wars.
Yeah.
We can move on. Yeah. We can
Well,
talk
one more thing I just want to
yeah,
say
yeah.
that
Mhm.
a little editorial here. I am much more excited about Star Wars than I am with James Gunn's DC Studios.
Oh man. And
I had
that's-
to say it.
You had to
Man.
say that because we're transitioning, ladies and gentlemen. We're talking about the Brave and the Bold. The world was announced as the Brave and the Bold by Mr. James Gunn on the DCU side of things over there in Warner Brothers Discovery, or what the heck they call themselves now. You know, it's it's very interesting what's going on over there. But shed some
Yeah.
light on us. What's going on with this Brave and the Bold thing? I mean, is it even a thing?
It's a thing apparently.
Yeah.
Ben Affleck's not directing it. James Gunn just.
Sorry, let's rub a Santo bat flick here. that I have here.
Oh, there
on
you
the
go.
side
There
yeah.
you go.
I
Awesome.
guess
stuff.
let's rub him for good luck. Shout out
There
to
you
Sil
go.
from Sil's video YouTube channel. Sell the Snyderverse to Netflix.
Yeah.
Hashtag whatever the hashtag is now. I don't even know.
But so Brave and the Bold is indeed happening. It's not happening with Ben Affleck though in any way, shape, or form. James Gunn just flat out lied and said that Ben Affleck's interested in directing for me, and Ben Affleck goes, absolutely not.
That's wild, man. That's wild. Like I don't understand. I don't understand why it would like be so coy on something public, like a public forum like that, and then
Yeah.
and it even open up the possibility of him getting shot down.
Which is funny because he likes to shoot people down. Now he could take a taste of his own medicine. Man.
Yeah.
And Gunn is trying to get all the Snyder people on board with him. You don't do it by getting rid of Henry Cavill. Like,
Wow.
and so, the Brave and the Bold. Now, there is a rumor going around, and I can't pronounce this guy's name. And every time I say his name on Syllabdul's channel,
Yeah.
I just call him Andy Machine Gun. Look,
Andy
hey,
Machine Gun.
He's the director
Andy
of
Muschietti.
yeah, I have
Okay,
problems.
he did a Flash movie, which we're
Yeah,
expecting this
yeah.
year.
Andy Machine Gun just sounds better.
Yeah,
So
Muschietti. Yeah.
there's a rumor going around that he's gonna direct a Brave and the Bold. Um, I spoke with some insiders today who said that he has not signed to direct this movie at all.
Wow.
Um, that the movie that he wants to direct is New Frontier, which
Okay.
is the Justice League
Yeah.
by Darwin Cook.
Mm.
See, now I love that graphic novel. I think it's classic by Darwin Cook.
Right.
Here's my problem with it, man. I don't think the story was that great.
No, it's
I think,
not. I've seen the animated movie
yeah, so did I,
version of
yeah,
that, which was
yeah,
very good fun.
it's
But it's not a
fun.
super awesome story.
No,
It's not better than I don't know.
yeah, I
It's
mean,
kind of dated. It's very World War
it,
One, isn't it?
it's yeah, it's very dated, and it's not as good as Grant Morrison's Justice League stories, right? I mean,
Right.
definitely not Snyderverse either.
Hmm.
Um, that works as a comic book, but do I really want to see this as a movie? Will it connect to the general audience? Okay, what made New Frontier so appealing is that if you're familiar with Silver Age DC,
Right.
it has that nostalgic, sentimental pull to it.
Hmm.
A lot of that is because Darwin Cook's artwork made that thing work. Um, I'm just afraid that if we see this in live action, it's gonna look dated and a little bit cheesy. Um, and so I'm torn about New Frontier, but apparently Andy Machine Gun that's what he wants to do. I don't think he's gonna do Raven of Bubbles. We'll see.
So
Um, yeah.
I have an aside about Andy Machine Gun or Andy Muschietti. He was attached long ago to one of my favorite IPs, which you already know, Mikey, is Robotech Macross. Remember back
Oh,
in the
yes.
day,
Oh my God, you're right.
a long
Forgot
time
about
ago,
that.
way before this Flash stuff.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Literally probably fresh off of it. He was
yeah.
attached to that
That's
Robotech
right. That's
idea,
right.
and he was quoted in Spanish because he is Argentinian.
Yeah.
And because I'm Puerto Rican, I can read Spanish. I was
Okay.
able to read some of these interviews, and they did ask him about Robotech, and he said a loose, of course, is a loose translation of what I remember, that he didn't want to touch that. He wasn't. He wanted to touch it. He's very passionate about it. He's a fan of it, but he was
Mm-hmm.
afraid to because it's not. It's there's a bunch of legal problems with studios in Japan, with the people who own here at that time before they just recently came with a deal to share it or whatever recently, and that it's just not mainstream. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah. Yeah.
it's going to be very hard to sell that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
pretty much his response to that, and it was not a good look for any future project for that. But going back to talking about the director, it just seems like I don't know why he would take a chance on something that's the Brave and the Bold. Like he seems like he's very cautious about
Yeah.
the projects he picks, especially when they're IP. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And what I was told about the Brave and the Bold is that Batman is gonna take a back seat. That Damian Wayne, it's really Damian Wayne's
So it's gonna be
movie.
Batman's gonna be a supporting character in the Brave and the Bold.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I was told.
It's like
Um,
I feel like there's something else like that. Like the Suicide Squad.
yeah. Yeah. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah. I
And
mean,
what it basically is it's kick ass. Nicolas Cage was the Batman figure in Kick Ass,
yeah.
right?
Hmm.
Um, so a couple of things I've been hearing about the Brave and the Bold don't sound too promising, and like they want to distinguish it from Matt Reeves' Batman. So what I was told is that it's gonna have a lighter tone
Yeah.
because they want to differentiate stuff.
Is this the
from...
Clooney movie? Is this the Clooney movie, Mikey? Just tell us. Just tell us it's the Clooney movie.
Could it be that bad?
Could it be that bad? It
I
could
mean,
be. I'll take it if it's all comedy. I'll take it. I don't mind Clooney as Batman again if it's all comedy.
well, Clooney's in the Flash,
Yeah.
so So there you go.
We're expecting that. The whole community is expecting that scoop to become true.
It's
Okay,
gonna
Mikey.
come true.
If
Yeah.
that scoop is not true, Mikey, I don't know what's gonna happen.
Well, it's just a little scoop, so I just grabbed it
Yeah,
from.
it's his scoop. So the fandom knows. The fandom's waiting for Clooney.
we're
If
all
Clooney's not in the end of that movie, it's definitely a hit job on Syl.
no,
I'm calling it right now. From James Gunn, it's a hit job on Syl. He singled him out for a false scoop. I'm
I
calling it
will
now if it doesn't happen.
I will say this though, Clooney has denied it. Like
He,
it means
he
anything these days, but
yeah, that could be anything. Yeah,
but he said
I'll
no.
deny anything for a fat check.
Yeah, exactly. He said he wasn't asked to be in there. Okay, well,
Yeah.
we'll see. Yeah, the NDA, non-disclosure
Mhm.
agreement you had to
Yeah,
sign
yeah,
there, so I
yeah.
know all about those. But
Sock says, "Is the Brave and the Robin?" Yeah.
you know what
Everyone
sucks?
else is brave
Yeah,
except for Robin.
pretty much. Um, I don't know, man. You know,
It's the Titans.
yeah, well, that's coming too. But I've been a brave. Look, I've been reading the Brave and the Bold comic book since the late '70s. One of the
Mhm.
first comic books I ever bought was Batman and Plastic Man, Brave and the Bold,
Yeah.
back in '78,
Yeah.
and I
And those are
never.
fun. I get
They're
it. He wants
fun,
to make fun superhero movies. Okay.
but I just don't think that for the general public, though, a Batman movie without Batman in the title, first of all,
Yeah.
you're like, huh? With Damian Wayne as the lead, I don't know, man. Just not feeling confident in this thing.
I don't know.
Um,
I'm kind of afraid for it. I'm afraid for it all.
yeah.
Everything DC. I'm afraid for it.
I mean, they're kind of painting themselves into a corner
Yeah.
because they have Matt Reeves already,
Mhm.
and he doesn't want to be in the DCU playground,
Right.
especially now. I don't know
He's literally got. He's like the Sony of DC.
there you go. Totally,
He's got
totally.
the stranglehold on Batman. They're afraid to like wrest it out of his hands because of whatever. I don't know. I mean, did the Batman make that much money?
Yeah, it made about 800 million, I think. It sucks if you can drop a.
I like that movie till the end.
Um, did it take me like 5 months to finish it?
Wow. I just don't like the end. I don't.
Oh, the whole
The end is not. That's not Batman. Batman doesn't stand around and panic. You know
no,
what I
he
mean?
does not. Never.
Yeah.
And
You know.
uh,
And I get it. He's learning, right? But okay, the learning time's over. You figured out the caper. It's time to go into action. Time to be Batman. Do Batman stuff. You know?
and you know what though? I'll say this.
Yeah.
The Batman actually influenced one of the characters in Dreamwalker.
Oh, okay.
In the wrong way though, in an insulting way.
Mm,
Because everybody was hyping up how disturbing the Riddler was, right?
right.
The Riddler is scary, all this, and I'm watching the movie, and it's like he's not that scary. I mean, there's that one cool scene where that was in the trailer actually.
Right.
But other than that, it's just he's garbage man. You know what I mean? So I was like, I can write a character that's creepier and more scary than this, and I wrote Socks. Socks Bulletins he's a
Mm-hmm.
character called Socks
Ah, nice.
in Dreamwalker, and he's a necrophilia fetishist.
Okay.
He collects socks from dead people.
Ooh,
And I
that's
think
pretty
that's
nasty.
much creepier than the Riddler in the Batman. Sorry, man. Sorry, Matt Reeves, but it just doesn't creep me out enough.
Yeah.
I will say this, in all honesty, that penguin footage they showed, that looks good. That looks quite good. Like
It looks cool.
I had no expectations for that. I'm like, penguin. Okay, now that okay, I'll give him that. Maybe my problem with the Batman is the Batman himself.
Yeah. I don't know.
I just
Like I said, that the end was cool. It was all right until he figured out the caper, and then was like, oh wait, it's too late. No, it's not too late. Do Batman stuff. You know?
the whole thing
Go.
with the flood,
Yeah, he was like
Yeah,
just standing around watching the whole city get flooded. Like, let's go, guys. Come on, let's go. Batman to the rescue. Come on. And he's still looking around in panic for like another whole 5 minutes. But
I will
whatever.
tell you though, seeing Keaton again in the Flash, it stirred up some nostalgia in me. I had no idea I still
Yeah,
had. I really got sentimental seeing Keaton again.
really. Okay. I thought
Uh,
I was a real big, like when the first Batman 1989 movie
Oh my
came out.
god.
Like man, I had the comic book adaptation, which I can't
Yeah.
find for the life of me anymore,
Uh huh.
it really irks me. But I had the comic book adaptation. Or actually, I think I found one in a pawn shop the other day.
Mhm.
Or not the one that I wanted, the one that was like the graphic novel comic book adaptation. That was the one that I used to have, and I can't find it for the life of me anymore. But I had that. I had the Prince soundtrack. The Prince soundtrack was epic.
Oh, it was
Yeah, I
totally,
think
totally.
the Prince soundtrack was like life changing. You know what I mean? It was like Prince is
Yeah.
doing the soundtrack for the Batman movie. You know what I mean? Like it was
Yeah.
like a big deal. Like Mikey used to write about music and other pop culture. So
Oh hell
that was
yeah,
a
yeah.
big deal when Prince said he announced that he was doing the score for the Batman or not or the music for the Batman,
Yeah.
music inspired by the Batman. There was the score movie, which was the Batman music,
Yeah. Danny
the
Elfman.
Danny
Yeah.
Elfman music, and then there was the Prince music, and it was a combination of both soundtracks in the movie. Like that was like,
We basically had Oingo Boingo
yeah,
and Prince.
yeah. I mean,
How
yeah,
cool is
yeah.
that?
I
Man?
mean, come on, you know,
No,
and
I
never
saw.
rubber ramps Rhubarb. I mean, come on, man.
Yeah,
Jack Nicholson
exactly,
is the
exactly.
Joker.
What this
Like
town
all
needs an enema.
you could quote Jack Nicholson's Joker all day today.
Oh hell yeah! Oh
Yeah,
hell yeah! And um, a little story, little side story on Michael Keaton's Batman film. Tim Burton was just great.
yeah.
Um, when I heard that Tim Burton was directing Batman, and I hadn't seen. Well, I saw Pee Wee's Big Adventure. I saw that one, which he did.
Mm-hmm.
But then a friend showed me Frankenweenie, and I'm like, oh my god, what a perfect director for Batman! A little gothic and everything, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
When that trailer hit, I just lost my shit.
Yeah.
I lost my shit, man.
It was
And
a big deal, man. It was a big deal. It was a
little
big deal
side
that
story,
movie.
but um, I moved to the Philippines in '84. Um, I quit comic books. I was reading comics from '78 to '84.
Mm-hmm.
I had to quit because I couldn't find any over there, right?
Right.
So I got into alternative music and new wave and punk and everything.
Mm-hmm.
I lost sight of comic books. I just couldn't find them. Um, so I came back to the States, '87, and I felt so detached from comic books. I mean, there's the comic book stores here, but I
Right.
didn't pick any of them up. Like, I discovered Todd McFarlane through my nephew who had a Todd McFarlane Spider-Man. Like, this art is fantastic, right?
Yeah.
But you know what got me back into comic books, Speedy? I saw the trailer for Batman.
Yeah. That did it, huh?
I did it. It's like, okay, where's the comic book store?
And
You
I
know?
think even the Dark Knight Returns was coming out around the same time as that Batman movie too, right? I don't know
But
what was first.
no, Dark Knight Returns was first. Like, came out in
Okay.
80,
Okay. Okay.
86.
Okay. 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 All right.
But
But
Dark Knight
definitely like
Returns,
in that 5 year span, like it was
it is.
a renaissance of Batman stories
It was, yeah,
and
right after the Killing
leading up
Joke.
to the movie, like
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
Dark Knight Returns influenced
Hmm.
Tim Burton's Batman.
Yeah. Even year one, I think year one was like
Year one, yeah.
year one was in that
86?
during that time. Yeah,
Yep.
86. Yeah.
Yeah.
Year one and Dark Knight Returns. I mean, it was like, you know, who wasn't a Batman fan at that time and reading
Well, yeah,
books? Yeah.
totally. So, '89, when I saw the
Hmm.
trailer, I went and bought Dark Knight Returns, which I missed. And I love Frank Miller because I was reading Daredevil when I was a kid. Blew me away. I'm like, holy shit, is
Hmm.
awesome.
Hmm.
And I bought Year One, which I love. And most importantly, I read The Killing Joke, which just blew me away.
Yeah.
Um, and so Batman Mania, the people who weren't alive back then, you guys have no idea how huge
It
Batmania
was,
was
man.
in
It
'89. It
was
was huge.
humongous.
Everybody had Batman shirts on
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
everything.
Yeah.
Um, you had billboards with a bat signal.
Yeah. The Flash is just gonna make money just because Michael Keaton's there. That's it. I mean,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Michael Keaton.
it's just gonna
Yeah,
make a B. It's probably gonna be the only close to a B movie that Warner Brothers gets. Definitely.
yeah. It will. It's gonna get $1 billion. I mean, the review's gonna be through the roof, but The
Oh
social
yeah, The Last
engagement.
Crusade was also in 1989 as well. I
Yeah,
love that
yeah,
movie so
I love
much.
that film.
Yeah.
So the Abyss came out too. James Cameron's The
Ah,
Abyss
okay, okay.
came out '89. It was a good year.
Yeah, it was a good year. It was a good year. But
Yes,
let's
Unbreakable.
mm.
I'm iffy about. We'll see. I got a bomb for you.
Oh my goodness, dropping them bombs. The bombs are just going off. I don't know if they could take it anymore, Mikey.
Yeah, but this more a stink bomb though.
Oh, it's bourbon.
Bourbon.
Ah, bourbon.
Well, since we're talking about DC, might as well
I guess.
bring this up.
Oh, jeez.
Um, yeah, I am hearing some gossip that Crypto will be in Superman Legacy, and he's a talking dog. Can you handle a talking dog? Superman Legacy.
A talking dog. But Crypto doesn't talk in the comic book.
Well, he's gonna talk in the movie.
No.
So basically,
No.
what I'm hearing is that this will be the DCU's the DCU's Rocket Raccoon. You know, talking Crypto.
Wow.
Yeah. So there you go. There you go. this is
Oh
this is just
man.
oh man, yeah.
But you know that League of Super Pets thing. I mean, I should have been the test subject for that, right?
Yeah, well, this is James Gunn's version,
Come on, James. You know, I disclaimer. I really love the first Guardians of the Galaxy movie.
I did too.
And I love that soundtrack. I even made a mixtape of the songs that were on that soundtrack.
Yeah,
'Cause
yeah.
I was so hyped up. I love that comic book first off.
Yeah.
So I was so big on. I was like, oh my god, they're really gonna try and do this in a movie. And I was like, I don't even know if they're gonna be able to do this. It's probably one of the movies that I probably only like. You know what I mean? And I was just so happy that everyone accepted it. And Guardians of the Galaxy 2 was okay. It was good. It was all right.
Yeah.
But I don't know what's going on with James Gunn lately, man.
I still have an unopened cassette of that Guardians of the Galaxy soundtrack.
Yeah. I did my own mix of it, so it's on my
awesome.
it's on my it's probably on my Mixcloud. It's probably on my DJ YouTube channel, which is just Speedy Jr.
Yeah.
I just did I found like a bunch of EDM remixes of the same songs that are on the soundtrack and made my own mix. And I did that also for part 2 too.
Yeah. Well, the tracking for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 is 130 million.
Yeah.
Which is lower than Volume 2.
Right.
And what I've been noticing is we ran an article about how sell ZSJL to Netflix.
Right.
Is getting more tweets.
More buzz. More tweet.
More than Volume 3. And I thought, well, that's unusual, right? You would think that Volume 3 is just a month away. We get more hype by now. I don't know how well this film will do. I'm sure it'll make a profit, but
sure it'll be fine. I didn't dislike I didn't dislike Peacemaker. I could have thought that the Suicide Squad was alright. I didn't like the choices he made, but I thought it was okay at the end of the day. But
we'll see. Because I haven't felt the buzz, with Geekosity. We run articles on what's hot, and just it hasn't caught fire, dude. Even with Adam Warlock, it just hasn't really caught fire. In fact, the Flash has caught fire.
Yeah, I think there's more buzz people talking about the Marvels right now from that one trailer than
God,
that
looks awesome. Yeah. That looks awesome.
Yeah, and they're talking about there's problems on set and all kinds of stuff. It doesn't look like that in the trailer.
Yeah, and Socks, I did enjoy the holiday special. That was good.
Yeah, it was okay.
It wasn't spectacular, but it was for what it was.
It was.
I mean, it's not Werewolf by Night.
No, it's not. Werewolf by Night is awesome.
That was the bomb.
That was great. That was a good time. That's man, why can't we make more stuff like this? You
Well,
know,
we
instead
we
of
will we
instead
will
of the
discuss.
finale of She-Hulk. Oh my God.
We will discuss that today.
Yeah, all right, yes. And that's is, ladies and gentlemen, that's what we call a transition to our
And
next
there you
subject
go.
here.
There you go.
Let's talk about I think you were the first one to tell me about this.
Yeah, it
Maybe I
was.
read it on geekacitymag.com, but
Maybe you did.
Dracula is in the MCU, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, Tomb
Yeah,
of Dracula.
yeah.
Um, so I scooped before that Marvel Studios was developing a Tomb of Dracula series. I'm gonna update it right now.
Mhm.
It's gonna be a special, like real,
Okay, yeah, I'm down for that.
yeah.
Down for it.
And Man Thing, it'll, and Mephisto, they're all getting their specials.
Nice.
I'm hearing a Tomb of Dracula will be a special, but it could also, become a series. They're still deciding on what they're gonna do with this. But it is gonna happen. Tomb of Dracula is gonna happen. It will be a very mature show on Disney Plus with the parental lock and everything.
Hmm.
Um,
Okay, okay. It's
pretty
just for
violent. Yeah,
anybody
pretty
who's like wondering, like, why is there Dracula in the MCU? Ladies and gentlemen, if you were picked up a Marvel comic book in the 80s,
Yep.
uh, you know, Dracula is a character in the in the Marvel comics,
Yep.
um, loosely associated with the Blade world,
Yeah.
the vampire world. And I could go on and on how vampires are also loosely associated with mutants
Yep.
and
Yep.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
But that's the comic book side of stuff. So in the MCU, pick and choose how they're going to present that. But
Yeah.
it's there. It's definitely there. It's definitely a source material for Kevin Feige and the whole
Hmm.
MCU gang. Yeah. So Tomb of Dracula.
And Tomb of Dracula is named after the '70s, '80s comic book. It's by writer Marv Wolfman, artist Gene Colan.
Yes.
Um, Highly acclaimed series, like great run on that book. Very mature for its time. Um, but we're gonna next segue here is how is Tomb of Dracula going to relate to our next topic?
Yes, and what is our next tackle? Our
Bingo.
favorite Marvel vampire hunter slash vampire, or whatever the heck they call themselves in the I forget now. Mr. Blade himself. And this movie was announced with a
Yeah.
lead a long time ago, and
Yep.
we never heard about it again until a couple of recent reports of
Uh,
script changes and
uh,
different things. What's the deal with the Blade project, Mikey?
Exciting.
Yeah?
Very, very exciting. Yeah,
Yeah.
very exciting. Got a bomb.
Oh man, drop one more time. All right.
So, I've been talking about this on different YouTube shows when it's talking about how Marvel's going dark. And it's
Yes.
funny because DC is going wacky, Marvel's going dark. Um, James Gunn is going to take his comedy with him. And Marvel Studios is leaning dark because Daredevil Born Again will be pretty gritty. And Vincent D'Onofrio is already talking about how gritty it's going to be, like a Netflix show.
I'm down
Then
for
you
it.
have, but the big part about all this PD is the horror shows.
Yeah.
I'm very excited about. So we discussed Tomb of Dracula just now. How does it lead into Blade? Okay, because Mia Goth, what a name, right? What a name. You know you're a horror queen when your last name is Goth. um, so Mia Goth was cast in unknown role in Blade. Yesterday was announced, and people are wondering, well, who is she playing? I found out yesterday that she's playing Dracula's daughter.
Oh.
And how does Tomb of Dracula fit into this? Well, she's going to be in Tomb of Dracula. It's a show about her father.
Okay. Okay.
And she will be in Blade.
Nice.
But she's not a villain because she's going to rebel against her father.
Okay. 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 All right. The rebellious daughter.
And we've been discussing about how Marvel's gonna go horror and
Mm-hmm.
how serious they are. Pretty damn serious when you have Mia Goth,
Okay.
who's been all over the horror field the past 2 years.
Nice.
You get her on your side there. So she'll be playing Dracula's daughter, and she'll be in Blade. So if she's in there, her daddy's gonna be in there too.
Yeah, that's quite
So,
possible.
but here's a really cool part that I bought for you.
Okay. Is this a bomb?
It's a bomb, yeah.
Oh, let's try one more time, man. Mikey's going bomb crazy on the show today. Who else we got,
Six
Mikey?
bombs. Wow,
Six
I dropped
bombs,
six
wow.
bombs today. Wow, I thought that's like a record of some
I
sort.
still haven't cut up the past live and put up the highlights yet on the channel. Like so now I got double the work now, Mikey.
Well, I'll definitely will be embedding the show
All right.
when I read about this bomb on Gikasi, probably tonight
Dope.
actually. So Mia Goth is gonna be in Midnight Suns.
Oh man. Okay. All right.
What a lineup! What
Yeah.
a murderer's row
Yeah.
of horror actors and dark characters that you have going in that film.
And I
You
mean,
have Ghost Rider, Blade,
yeah.
Moon Knight.
And for anybody who doesn't know what the Midnight Suns are, actually there's a couple incarnations of them.
Yeah.
Of course the original one is spelled midnight as in midnight at the time.
Yeah.
Sons as in sons, like my son and daughter. And that was the original team up of I think it was Wolverine, Ghost Rider, Punisher, Blade. I think Moon Knight was involved in that lineup too.
Yeah.
And I think maybe Mephisto's son, maybe Blackheart, maybe something like that. I don't
Well,
remember.
Mephisto will be
Yeah.
the big bad in
Mhm.
Midnight Suns.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
he'll be in there in one way. And they already cast him with
Yeah.
Captain Baron Cohen.
And there's a recent incarnation of the Midnight Suns, which is on video game form. I don't remember, did that video game come out yet, Mikey? I don't really remember.
Yeah, actually it has come out, I believe.
Yeah.
And I have to double check this, but apparently Dracula's daughter is in the game.
Oh, okay. So
So
this
fits
lineup
perfectly.
of Midnight Suns, of course, is still Midnight of the time, but Suns
Yeah.
as in SUNS, and
Yeah.
they're more mystical in nature. This team up.
Yeah.
They have Doctor Strange. They have a bunch of magic users, and also there's still the classic lineup of Ghost Rider
Yeah.
and Wolverine and Moon Knight and a lot of stuff. So, yeah, this is gonna be very interesting with the way that when they finally build up to this.
Yeah, I gotta look into that game more often because I wonder if there's more connections between the two of them, right?
Yeah.
So you have to look them up.
Mm-hmm.
One last bump for you.
Oh man, bomb crazy on the show today. Bomb crazy. Where's my number of socks? There it is.
So I get this question asked a lot.
Yeah.
A lot, like almost like several times a month. I get asked this question:
Mm-hmm.
Are Cloak and Dagger coming back? I always get
Man,
that.
I like that show.
I did too.
Yeah.
It was pretty
I always
dark
liked
and
the Clark
deep
and Dagger comic book, and
I did. Yeah,
Yeah.
same here. Yeah, I'm hearing that Cloak and Dagger are going to join Midnight Suns. Not sure if they're going to be in the first film, but they're going to eventually join the team. They'll probably get I don't know, because I heard that they could get recast. Man, I love it. Olivia Holt as Dagger. She's
Yeah.
great.
yeah, she was great.
And so we'll see. Because my stars are unsure whether or not they're going to keep them or not. I thought they looked great together, and I really like Dagger, Olivia Holt. But yeah, Cloak and Dagger are kind of Midnight Suns.
I'm excited for that. I love the way that show ended, and
Yeah.
even though it was not quite, it was still like Marvel or MCU
Yeah.
skewed. It's still, we weren't sure if it was included or not.
Yeah.
It's very similar to Runaways in that
Yeah.
sense. They talked about certain things that happened or that were happening, and not really we weren't sure if they were part of the MCU proper, but that would be cool if they do that. Yeah.
Sucks. That's too true,
Creature
man.
Commandos.
That's too true.
See, I think Creature Commandos will be fun, and I think like the Authority will be fun, But we'll see, man. I don't know, man. I don't know about you know. Another thing that I'm cautiously optimistic about. There you go.
Yeah,
Is
if the authority gets made.
yeah, if it even gets made.
Well, the latest rumors that Matthew Vaughn's gonna direct it. Oh yeah, we'll see.
Matthew Vaughn. Wow. We'll
We'll
see.
see.
We'll see, man. Mr. Mikey Sutton, thank you so much, man. Unless you got some other stuff that you've been holding out on us, but I think we hit everything we wanted to talk about today.
Yep.
Yeah.
Till next time.
All
Great
right.
show, man. Great show.
And any Dreamwalker updates yet that you'd like to share with
Yeah,
us?
I'm writing a book. Writing a
Oh,
book.
okay.
On basically on the son of one of the main characters.
Mm-hmm.
I'm writing a book on him in '85. And basically it's my version of the X-Men. Like, what if the X-Men existed in real life? They would not be pretty people. They would be like distorted, mutated people.
Of course.
It would be like real outcasts. And so some of the characters I have in Dreamwalker now, we're gonna show them how they were back in '85, in LA, and I told an insider of the story, and he goes, "That sounds like a cross between St. Elmo's Fire
Mm-hmm.
and the Lost Boys." So, how much more '80s can you get?
Yeah. That's gonna be raging '80s right there. I love
There
it.
you go.
Yeah. All right, Mr. Mikey Son, thank you so much for hanging out.
Thank
Of
you.
course,
Thank you,
thanks to
Speedy.
Socks that's still hanging out with us. To Lydia Plays, thank you so much for hanging it. He says he
Yeah.
can't wait to discuss this
Yeah,
on Monday. He's got a show on Monday.
Yeah, with him,
Okay.
we're gonna do a little show on Monday.
Oh,
And
perfect, man. Make sure you guys are go
yeah.
and subscribe to his channel as well. And thank you so much for hanging out and supporting us,
Yeah.
brother. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Yeah.
More bomb drops Monday. So.
There you go. So more bombs dropping on Teledia Plays channel.
Yeah.
And look out for their live stream when they go
Yeah.
live. Thank you so much, Mr. Mikey
Yeah.
Sutton.
Thank you.
More scoops. You want to read about all this stuff, ladies and gentlemen, and digest it in a calm, orderly fashion. Go to geekositymag.com. Okay.
That sounds good.
And yeah, you could read
Yeah,
it
we
all
got some
there.
more articles. Yeah, it's been kind of quiet lately. We're to have new articles coming tomorrow. So.
All right. Thank you so much, Mikey. Of course,
Thank
you
you.
can follow me at DJ Speedy JR, all the socials. You'll probably see a bunch of DJ stuff there. But we do some nerd stuff and some multiverse stuff. Look out for the show Geek Culture Congress, the other podcast I do live here on this channel. That's on a Monday. We got a bunch of interviews and things like that happening as well on that. You can always find that podcast. Just look for wherever if you want to listen to the audio version of that. There's an audio version of this, of Speedy's Multiverse with Mikey Sutton as well on the podcast world. So if you have a favorite audio platform that you listen to your podcast on, you can look us up right there. Geek Culture Congress and Speedy's Multiverse. Thank you so much, Mr. Mikey Sutton. Have a good
Thank you.
one. For the rest
You
of
too,
your
buddy.
evening. And have a good one.
All right. See you later.
All right.
Thank
See you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Have a good one, everybody. Be safe.